Hello out there and welcome to another exciting and power-packed edition of your must-watch show, The Diaspora. And on today's edition, we bring you an extensive and detailed report of President Muhammadu Buhari's exciting meeting with a select group of Nigerian leaders in the UK, which was on the sidelines of the Nigerian-UK summit. And of course, the Nigerian-born boxer Anthony Joshua was the cynosure of all eyes at the event. We got a distress call from a Nigerian citizen in Kenya. We got in touch with our embassy there. We were able to verify the news. And as usual, NIDCOM was able to offer a helping hand to not just him, but others in a similar situation. I bet you would want to know how this story panned out. I am Consular at Datumbi. Please stay tuned.
It's amazing to hear what I'm connected with. So even though I'm running my own track in boxing, to sit here amongst you great people, Your Excellency, and to listen to some of the achievements and visions that you have for Nigeria makes me feel proud. And I do strongly feel for us kids in the UK that have swayed a bit from our heritage and our culture. If you want to know where you're going, you have to know where you're coming from. I really strongly believe that. As you guys said, if there's anything that us youth, because I can connect with a lot of the youth from here to Nigeria to America to even countries that don't even involve our culture, but they have respect for us. If there's anything that you guys need me for, I'll stand up for Nigeria, for sure. There's no doubt. Nigeria.
We welcome you, sir, to the United Kingdom, and we thank God for his very safe journey. And we hope and pray that your mission here will be fulfilled, and you go back home to keep enforcing the program you have for Nigeria. We see your handwork, and we're very grateful. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
But Mr. President, we want you to know that we love you. We see you as God sent to Nigeria, and we pray that God will continue to protect you and do your level best for Nigeria. We know you mean well for Nigeria, and God Allah will ensure we'll see you through, and hopefully by the time you leave office, it will be difficult to go back to our old days.
It's a Herculean task to bring the Nigerian project together, and you're doing a wonderful job. You're very welcome. Lastly, I would just like to mention that those in the United Kingdom have a craving for something like this. We are very much ready to work with you. We have the expats here, you know, we do a wonderful job here and we're paid for it, and the UK government are happy to have us. So why can't we do it for our country? So all the expats you have are here. So please, by all means, if you need anything, anytime, our sister is here, High Commissioner is here, please get in touch with us, and we will work with you diligently.
You are turning the country around. And if we listen to you, things are going to be better. In 1950-55, Godwin and Churchill became president as a non-military man. This is the similarity. Our president has turned around. Today become the president of Nigeria, not as military again, but as a civilian president. And what you have been doing has been wonderful. Please, like Churchill said, don't let the bastards, in quote, grind you down. We love you. We support you.
What you've done in terms of tackling corruption, only God in heaven can reward anyone that sacrifices his personal comfort, his health, his being, almost laying down your life for a country. It's literally incredible. And if I had the president to give you I was giving you pair of earplugs. You put them in your ear and you forget about which is the because there is enough distraction to move you off focus. And now you've come to meet Boris Johnson. I hope we are able to push the youth agenda forward, because that's the only reason I live, to make sure that the next generation exceed all the achievements of the previous generation. And thanks to the power of technology, we have a hub in Nigeria to be able to solve the problem post-Brexit of the UK government and also America and even the European government, because we have enough youths to do all the programming for all the apps that the West want to consume, that they don't have facilities or wherewithal to do it. So thank you for continuing to sacrifice for a country that everybody says is doing. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we believe very strongly that the bilateral relationship between the Nigerians who are here and home base should be encouraged some more. I believe strongly that if we continue to, extend the hand of your policies out here in a very practical sense, given a good example like what we normally do on an annual basis with the exhibition, encouraging the exhibition of Nigerian products, Nigerian made items. I remember a few years ago, right here with us, the governor of Abia State, the House of Lords, we had a very interesting expose that day where they came to present the workings of the Abia business community, leather products and stuff. Those things are now really seen out here. And the market is here, and it's one that I believe that we should encourage. I'm not going to go into too much depth because of time, but all I want to say right now is that we do have what it takes to actually build a viable and strong global economy.
I think I have got a good Diaspora special assistant. That's why I extended her term. I sent her an advance party so that she can find out which Nigerians I should see that will represent the Nigerians in those constituencies I visited. It's absolutely necessary because even for selfish reasons, the amount of money you are sending home to support your families, I think it's more than what we are earning from petroleum. So thank you very much for expressing so much confidence in us. I look at the figures, I was most impressed that the money you send back home to help your families, either school fees, health care, whatever, or building a house at home, because you know eventually you will end up there, is very impressive. So I always try to see the leadership of whichever country or continent I'm visiting. I'm very pleased to meet you, and I congratulate you for being successful in your respective fields. I'm very pleased with what we have done, and I was very grateful for the money you have been sending home, and I assure you that what I made up my mind of the 3 points which made sense, which our party campaigned on. 1, number security. 2, the economy. And the third one, to try and fight corruption. Because what corruption has been doing and is still doing to Nigeria, only God knows. We don't know the extent. But the damage is terrible. On security is common sense. You can only properly run an organization or a country if it is secure. If it's not secure, you will be busy trying to secure it before you can manage it. We haven't done too badly in the northeast, but I was very surprised with the problem in the south, in the northwest. In the south, we know the problem. I think overall we made some progress. We are doing our best. The second one is the economy. The economy, we have a young, aggressive population. They are Nigerians, and they have been indoctrinated that their country is filthy rich because it's oil rich. Therefore, they are expecting the impossible from the government. what can we do? A lot of them, or the majority of them, haven't even been to school. So I went into agriculture. I got the governor of Central Bank and the former Minister of Agriculture. I said we have to diversify from what we inherited from our colonial masters. If a family had a million hectares, they may not have the money to pay surveyors to survey their land, get certificate of occupancy, take it to the bank, and with high interest get money for them to buy either fertilizer or other inputs. They can't have. So I said, go back to what the good leaders of First Republic did. Form cooperatives or whatever, and once a family can be identified to have a land, if they want some loan, give them. And then we brought the cost of fertilizer down by 50% at least, and make it available throughout the country. And finally, it's what God wills that happen. The last 3 rainy seasons, if you have relatives that are on the land, were very good throughout the country. So we were virtually able to develop food security. And when we closed the border by accident, my aim of closing the border is not to punish my neighbors, but to take stock of what we need to do economically and security-wise to stop coming drugs, to stop coming arms, among others, to be in charge of our country. We found out the farmers were celebrating and were asking me to keep the borders closed. Because they go back to the land, we are lucky, the 3 rainy seasons were good, and in fact, I warned the governor of Central Bank. I say, if he gave a cent to anybody importing food, me and him, we can produce what we eat, and that we are doing in Nigeria, and we don't regret it. We are saving hundreds of millions of dollars, for importing food. Some of it I know is fraudulent. So the economy, agriculture has contributed. What we achieved in agriculture is virtually more than any field. And the important thing, it covers including security. Able-bodied and educated people that were used to sit in the towns and were available as thugs or whatever, they went back to the land, and none of them regretted it. They went back to the land, they grew food, and now they are living a respectful life. So agriculture, number one, helps us in the economy. Fighting corruption is a totally different thing. I'm doing my best, but under this system, you remember what I told you? I too was arrested and detained. I'm following the system here now. I will ask the police, oh yeah, this man has been a minister and so on. They said he has got so many houses and so on. And one of our nationalists, Diaspora, is still here. All we can do is to take some of the flats and she built and the hotels and fix the structures. But we still need her. We hope the UK government will appreciate. I assure them that I am a civilian president. I will go through the law. She will be questioned by the police and so on. Not what I did before. Well, that is fighting corruption. We are making some progress, and I think what is available and known is that anybody that is caught, we will make sure that he is tried, no matter how long it will take for him, and whatever belongs to the public, we get it back. But what I did this time around, I said fixed assets, hotels, houses, even vehicles. We sell it, we put the money into government treasury by what we call the TSA, Treasury Single Account. So I will see whoever comes after me, if he wants to be too nice, to take money from government and give it to any individual. But if it is a house, I know what happens, they give them back their houses. Well, Joshua, I have to congratulate you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
So, on behalf of all the Nigerians here in the United Kingdom, headed by our Madam Diaspora, Mrs. Abike Dewa,
yeah.
She is the correct peg in the right hole. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving her to us. She's doing fantastic.
We are behind you and call upon you. One thing that we need to say clearly is that we think that the campaign against corruption that you launched when you were military president, War Against Corruption, and you have brought it back and you've launched it now. We ask that the Nigerian Orientation Agency becomes your instrument to ensure that the war for the hearts and the minds of Nigerians really takes place. It is the most important war that you are fighting on behalf of us as our father and the generations coming after us. And it's our prayer that you will succeed. Amen. That our country will become corruption-free.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The president is helping with social investment programs to ensure that a lot of Nigerians are brought out from poverty. And also, if you look at the transportation sector, you see the railway systems coming on now. If you look at infrastructural development, the president is doing a lot, and all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of religion, must unite to support this president so that he can lead us to the greatness that we all desire and deserve.
Wherever you are as a Nigerian, Mr. President has said your welfare matters to him and to the whole country. So I'm glad it was also another successful event. And Nigerians, wherever you are, be proud of your country. Let's work together. We have our challenges, but you know what? We could be the greatest country on earth, with all hands on deck. So for me, we'll continue to pass the message and continue to, be proud of our country and do our best to make it a greater country.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down.
Do you have a job where you're going to? No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
And now, here's the Help from Home segment. We got a distress call from Mr. John Adam Smart, a Nigerian who was stranded in Kenya. We got in touch with our embassy there to verify the information, and here is their response. Sequel to our telephone conversation on Mr. Adams John Smart, a Nigerian who claimed to be stranded in his letter dated 27th January 2020, addressed to your esteemed office, which was forwarded via mobile phone for the attention of the mission. I am directed to inform that Mr. Smart overstayed his visa period in Kenya and was apprehended by Host Law Enforcement Agency for his action. He was consequently charged to court, where he was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment with an option of $2,500 fine. but opted to serve the prison term, perhaps due to his financial incapacitation. Furthermore, Mr. Smart completed his sentence on the 27th of December 2019, but could not procure his ticket for his imminent deportation from Kenya, as host government is not ready to purchase his traveling ticket to Nigeria. The cost of one-way ticket as inquired per person, Kenya Airways to Lagos, is about $600, while Ethiopia Airlines to Abuja is also $600. And as at the moment, the mission is financially constrained to come to Mr. Smart's aid and that of 3 other Nigerians in the same predicament. As typical of NIDCOM, we were able to investigate the matter and we discovered not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 Nigerians who were in a similar situation. It's a long story which we will conclude next week, but the good news is that they are on their way back home, but with a big caveat. I guess that's another good reason to see you next week.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down. Do you have a job where you're going to?
No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. You know, I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Twitter at nidcom_gov, on our Instagram page at nidcom_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network News on Friday at 10:30 a.m., on NTA International on Tuesday at 6 a.m. and 10:05 p.m., on NTA News 24 on Friday at 2:30 p.m. and on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. I remain your host, Consular Adetumbi. Bye for now.